For,
We gotta
before,
go.
oh God. All right, Lance. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. Floor's yours,
Wow.
Lance.
Let's talk about all the things Final Destination wise, because we are slashers, and this is me, Lance. We got Aid and we got Mikey. How you guys doing?
I was great an hour ago.
Oh my gosh, Aid.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
She said it fine twice, guys. That usually means not so fine.
Why would things not be fine?
I don't know.
Who's the only one that doesn't seem perturbed? Who could be the
The educator of this situation?
yes, the aggressor of this situation?
I don't know. Who could this be? Anyways, have you guys seen anything new?
I guess we're just gonna get right into it then, huh? No easing
Damn right.
in.
No.
Lance doesn't know about easing in.
Whew. Raw dog it all day long, folks. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Lance. Ugh.
Whatever. Folks, if you watch the YouTube, you'll see his face when I said that. It went to smiles.
Yeah, an 8-inch smile, if you know what I'm talking about.
Ugh,
That's
but-
disgusting.
Ugh. Well, as far as seeing anything new, I saw Final Destination. I need to go. I still haven't seen Sinners. I need to see Sinners and Clown in a Cornfield, and I guess Until Dawn. And
yeah, that's right. I was gonna say, Aid, how about you?
I've only seen Until Dawn out of that list. You know,
Oh,
I
how
was
was
only
it?
invited to see one movie. Apparently,
Oh, here it goes.
no, but you know what? Lance goes and watches The Sinners. He goes and watches Final
Mm.
Destination,
Mm-mm-mm.
Clown and Cornfield, and doesn't even think to. Well, let me see if my co-host would like to attend and
You
see
saw all
these
of them, Lance?
films.
I did actually.
He did, and not one invitation.
Wow.
See, here's my thing again, folks. Aid has the ability to pass out around 7.
Mm.
And most people, weirdly like to watch their horror movies at night at a movie theaters. And yet weirdly, Aid cannot make these situations because I hear this. I'm watching Golden Girls right now, Lance, and I'm passing out. My melatonin is kicking in and all the things. So is it my fault really, or is it really hers? You guys let us know.
Okay, first of all, I would like for the world to know that I am up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I don't want to hear any whatever. Oh, no, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, okay, because I need to work out before I go to work, or I'm not going to work out, and then I'm going to get fat, and it's going to be horrible. But I also have to be at work super early. So when the summertime starts, my schedule will be much more open. But it would be nice if people actually gave a shit about my schedule, even though
agree.
my life is supposed to revolve around their schedules, and even though their schedules are much more open and
It's just so weird that you get so much trouble as a woman trying to keep your schedule with your job, but God forbid we're 5 minutes late for recording because Lance works in 3 hours. And
Well, let's be honest here, folks. I got to deal with a lot of alcoholic people, and I
day
need to be
one of
reminding you.
3 that he works.
Oh my
So-
gosh, here it goes.
Dang.
Wow, she's coming for me
The
today.
melatonin's coming. The melatonin's coming out.
Melatonin's kicking in, man.
She's cranky because she hasn't gone to sleep yet. That's what I'm getting right now. It's fine. It's fine. Hey, actually, you know what I saw? That's technically not a horror movie, but man, there was so much blood and guts and killing in it that I have to give it kind of a random nod. I saw the Fight or Flight movie with Josh Hartnett.
Oh, so hot.
And he was awesome, dude. He's a specimen of a looking dude, man. I'm not gonna lie. Good Lord. I mean, and he's my age. I think he is, and that sucks.
That's weird.
I was like, that sucks. And I'm like, man.
Is
So,
he?
yeah.
You mean he's too
Actually,
old for you, Lance? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
He's a year younger than me, actually. I take that back. I think he's a year younger than me.
Oh, then he's still too old for that.
Yeah, he's 46.
Yeah,
He was born in 1978, so he's 2 years younger than Lance.
Oh, his birthday's
That's my
coming
daddy.
soon.
Happy birthday, Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Randomly out of nowhere, happy birthday to Timothy. How do you say his last name?
Oliphant.
Oliphant? Is that what it is? Yeah.
Elephant.
50
Elephant.
today, which is kind of cool. Actually, on today, on our actual episode, we're doing
How old is he?
57.
Mm,
Mm,
fatty.
fatty.
I know.
Oh, you said daddy.
Mhm.
Actually, I had a momentary lapse of memory loss. I actually saw The Damned. Um,
Hmm.
I really like, I don't know if it's called maritime horror, but like horror that revolves around like the fog and like when it's to do with the beach and stuff.
Ooh,
And
yes.
not in like a fun beachy way, but like cold, dark, and there's a ship coming. And I think I liked it. I
Yeah.
wanted to like it more, but it was creepy. I liked the time period. But I think I just wanted more. But it's on Hulu if anybody wants to watch it. The Damned.
Who was in that one?
No one famous. But it's the
No.
one where like mm, I don't even know what time period it is, but it's an era where like these people live on like a very remote, small, not even a village. It's so long ago, but it seems almost like it's a group of fishermen and one of their wives and like another woman who's helping out like cook and stuff.
Yeah.
And the fishermen go and come back and like food is getting scarce and there's a boat
Oh,
that shows up and the people need
didn't we do
help.
the trailer for that?
Yeah.
No, yeah, yeah, that looked creepy as hell. Like, is it the one with the zombie kind of vibe thing?
Yeah, kind of. Not really, but like there's reanimated people in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that actually looked really creepy. So it was pretty good then.
Yeah, I just again I heard too much about how scary it was, and it was creepy, but it wasn't scary.
Okay. Well, damn. I guess we're just kind of pretty much freelancing anything we want to talk about. Um,
Freelancing.
I'm sorry. Are we just skipping over aid? Is that what we're doing?
oh, you what did you want to say? Go ahead. You
Oh,
just do your thing.
First of all, I cannot believe you would just skip over me. And secondly,
You?
no, because I really want to talk about Freaky Tales, and nobody wants to
No,
talk about Freaky Tales. And like, I'm sad now.
I'll talk
no.
about Freaky Tales.
Talk
Have
about
you
it.
have you seen it yet, Mikey?
No, what did you say it was streaming on?
Yeah, Mikey. What was it streaming on? Aid? Because I know shit
On
from Aid about
things.
certain things.
It's streaming. No, it's streaming on Apple TV.
Oh, that's right.
Apple TV. Okay.
Aid, is that where you saw it?
Well, it doesn't
Lance
matter where I saw it.
Lance Montgomery Wards, calm
Wow.
down. I
Non-government name. Damn you, Mikey.
and when you first mentioned the name Freaky Tales, it seems like some like 80s cheesy like body bags type anthology, but it's new apparently.
Yes, it is new, but it's actually set in the 80s. So I think it's meant to feel very nostalgic, and it does feel very 80s, and it's so good. And so it's a horror anthology. However, the all of the stories are intertwined, sort of like Trick or Treat,
Hmm.
but like you don't know they're intertwined until you start seeing like little things from different
Well, we do
tales.
now.
So, well, no, it says it in the description, so you'll figure it out. However, my Pedro Pascal stars in it, so there's
Mm.
that, and it's got a great cast in it. It's so fucking good. Like I have not been entertained by a film like this in a long time, and I know Lance would be like, "It's not horror." It's
Oh
not
God.
horror, but the very first story is all about these punk kids who are getting their little and it all takes place actually in Oakland, California. So it takes place around the time like all of like two of the stories take place around like, people leaving the movie theater and they had just watched The Lost Boys,
Yeah.
which is really funny. So it takes place in 87. And Creepshow 2 is also on the marquee as well. So there's
Oh,
all these
cute.
like really good horror movies playing while they're there. And it's very nostalgic, but there's the first story revolves around a group of like punk friends that go to their little punk shows and watch the bands play,
Yeah.
and unfortunately these Nazis keep coming to break up the party and like beat them up and shit. So basically it's like the
Like
punks versus
literal
the Nazis.
Nazis or like
Yeah, literal,
fun
not like
Nazis, like when you saw the skaters outside your apartment building.
no.
Technically, Aid was the Nazi in that situation.
A
Okay, it was
fun
not a
Nazi,
Nazi.
a
I was
fun Nazi.
not a fun Nazi. They were breaking the little planters around my
Oh my
trees, okay?
god.
And we paid for those. Thank you very much.
Oh,
So
we know why.
Oh
We
yeah.
heard all of it.
So anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, but anyways, it just made me think like, I was like, oh, this is great. Like I loved it. But no, there's like an entire like group of kids who identify as Nazis that go and beat them up and like, terrorize them while they're just watching, music. And so it's a really good like comeuppance segment. So it's the very first one. So if you get through that one, the rest of them are fantastic. Like they're all so good, including the Tom Hanks is in it, by the way.
Oh, nice.
That's
Is
funny.
he a Nazi?
Yeah. No, he's not a Nazi. He's not in that segment. But it's just interesting. So if you've never seen it or if you want to watch it, I highly recommend it. It's very violent, very gory.
Ooh.
May not be considered horror to some people. However, I think it falls under the horror category because it kind of feels a little bit like trauma sometimes too, because they've got this little cartoon in the background. So it kind of feels like a Toxie cartoon. So I don't know. You just have to see the animation and things like that. So just give it a whirl if you're interested. It's currently streaming on Apple TV. It actually came out a couple of years ago, and now in like I think Sundance a couple of years ago. So it's like from 2023. It's got that one kid who died. What's his name?
Oh, that white dude had a drug overdose from
Oh, Angus
Euphoria,
Cloud. Angus
right?
Yeah,
Cloud.
Angus Cloud. Is that his name?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was also in
Euphoria, right? Or no?
he was in Euphoria, but he was in that little ballerina vampire girl movie.
Abigail. He was in
Abigail.
Abigail.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So yeah, it was filmed years ago. So that's why he's obviously still
Oh
there.
my God. We know how death works, Aid.
Just saying. But so it's not exactly new, but it's new. Anyway, give it a whirl.
Nice. I like that. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about Fight or Flight. It just like there's a chainsaw on the damn thing and somebody gets murdered by it. You know what I mean? So like it's kind of fun. But
Hmm.
yeah. Speaking of crazy ways to die and all the things, I kind of wanted to have a little fun with a little game to start off a little bit with the fact that well, two of us have seen Final Destination Bloodlines, me and Mikey.
Oh, I thought
uh,
Aid saw it. Hmm.
no, I think her way of seeing it disappeared.
Oh my
So
God. Her movie theater downstairs, you mean?
The movie
yes.
theater downstairs closed, and Lance didn't invite me to see it. So there, bye.
Oh, so the thing that disappeared was your friendship. Okay, it's great, Lance. Go ahead, keep going.
Wow. Yeah. So I kind of sent the guys here on our little group chat. We saw the main producer was talking about all the movies, and he was kind of going over all the kills and stuff like that. And I was kind of wondering for you guys. So there was five previous to the sixth one here, the newest one, Bloodlines. And I was wondering, what was your favorite kill, either in each one or the one movie that you like the best and your favorite kill from whatever movie. Mikey, want to go first, or did you have one? Or
Well, let's do it all. Why not? It's fuck it Friday. It's not Friday. So, we can do because there's only six with this new one, right?
yeah,
So
six
we
is the newest one.
Yeah, so
So
we can do
five.
like our favorite death from each one, if I remember. Um, so we'll just start with the first one.
Yeah.
I think my favorite death from the first one, only because it was so like, I remember it being so drawn out and like methodical, was the teacher dying. Uh,
Oh,
and then like the final blow being like, because she gets a knife ends up being lodged in her, and the final blow is like a little explosion in the side of the room, and the chair goes flying, and it hits the knife back into her.
yeah.
I thought that was cool, and it was almost kind of like a slasher type scene, even though we have death here. But that's mine for number one.
Nice. Eight.
So from number one, God, feels like so long ago. It's not really my favorite kill, but can I talk about one thing I love about that movie that nobody ever talks about?
Sure.
Sure.
See the part where he's pulling Kerr Smith out of the car, Devon Sawa,
Mhm. The
and
train.
my Sean Williams. Well, the train's coming, so he's pulling Kerr Smith out of the car. And mind you, I know all these people because Dawson's Creek was my life. And Sean William Scott gets his head cut off right after. But what they never talk about is the fact that like Smith's pants is completely covered in pee because he totally pissed himself in the car because he thought I was gonna die. And like nobody ever talks about that.
Oh, I didn't know. That's a fun fact.
Yeah, go back and watch it. His pants are soaked. Like he pissed himself. Like, and I don't know if they meant to do that or if like something happened. I don't know, but they never mention it and nobody calls him out on it. But I think, if that happened to one of us, we probably shouldn't call each other out on that
I would.
Nice.
under the
I would.
circumstances.
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I mean, after it's all said and done, and you see it, you're like, "What the hell, dude?"
Even if I was the one that got decapitated, my mouth would still mutter out, "You pissed yourself."
Especially Sean William Scott, if you think about it for his character.
Yeah.
So wait, is that the one you're going with though, Aid? For the first one, is Sean William Scott getting his head decapitated?
Yeah, it makes me sad. I love him. My
Yeah.
Stifler.
Everyone's gotta
Anyway.
die though.
Yeah, I'm kind of into the one of the first kills, the water being like kind of like following him in the bathroom. Forget the guy's name, but like basically like it's almost like he chases him, and no matter what he goes to do, like every time he switches, it switches. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of the first times you kind of like really just enjoy like, oh shit, like no matter what this guy is doing, this death is getting him, like no matter where he goes.
Yeah.
So that was probably my favorite one. So the second movie is going to be the traffic one, the highway one. What's your favorite from that one, Mikey?
I would have to say, I'll look him up. I forgot. This might be cheating, but honestly, 2, in my opinion, is the weakest and the strongest because 2 is probably what people think about the most in their day to day.
100%.
But the deaths for it are kind of I mean, there's the kid with the falling glass of pain that like smushes him. That was kind of fucked up just because he was young.
Yeah. You know, the funny part of that is the fun fact is from the YouTube thing we sent, they actually wanted to make him a little child, and the studio was like, no.
Yeah, that was
Darn.
Yeah.
They were ahead of their time trying to kill off kids.
Yeah, I mean they did it in this one. But yeah, I would say the glass whatever panel.
Okay, 8.
Oh, the head in the elevator.
The mom of the kids that I was talking about.
Yeah, that was. I mean, was it the mom? I can't remember.
Yeah,
because I did watch the YouTube video that Lance sent. So if you want to see the producer discussing each and every death, you can look up the Entertainment Weekly segment on YouTube for it. It's actually really good, and the guy's kind of funny. He's kind of cute, Mikey. You probably like him, but
I'll be the judge of that.
okay, whatever.
He's gonna look
And
now.
he's like, oh,
link
right
Lance
away.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, it was but yeah, the mother in the elevator, like, and I literally just watched all of these, but they all blend together.
They do.
They really do.
I thought a couple of the deaths that happened in the second one I thought came from the first one.
Yeah, because one of the sequels is a prequel too. So, but it's not. You don't know it until the end, and then it's like this, that, and the third. So it's like,
I love that twist and how they use like the CGI. That's how you use CGI people.
Yeah.
Because you don't, obviously they're all super old and they couldn't do it again.
Oh my God.
Was gonna say I'll probably go with the airbag scene where the girl survives, and then because she's bitching about the guy trying to use the jaws of life to get her out of there,
Being too loud.
Yeah, being too loud, and she was like trying to do something else, and it ends up killing her. Also, another fun fact from that video actually was really cool. Was that scene that Aid liked? They actually grabbed that actual scene from real life where two doctors were, I guess, were in a hospital, and one of the ladies, actually his wife, got her head caught like that and came off, and he was actually stuck in the elevator for 3 hours with his wife's severed head in real life.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
He's a doctor. He's used to it. But there's I remember in the part that Ada was talking about also, because this is where they learn like, oh, pay attention to the signs, like it'll be whatever, and they see the hook because the guy's hook gets stuck in the mom's braid, which is why she can't get out of the elevator, which is why she gets stuck, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But if you look at the shadow, you see the hooks, and there's like a little doll man, and it looks like Candyman, and I was like, oh, I think that's a nod to our Tony Todd.
Aw. All right. So movie 3 is the roller coaster movie.
The roller coaster.
The
This is my favorite
Rolo?
one.
Roller coaster movie.
Roller coaster.
Mikey, what are you thinking? Which one's your favorite kid?
I just have to say the Tanning Bed Girls. The song, everything. But runner up is also the guy who gets scalped by the car engine because that was like shocking. Because there's always a death that's like long, drawn out, and like, oh my God. And then there's always a death that's so quick and abrupt, and you're like, ew. And that was those two for this movie.
Yeah, I would go with the tanning bed. I have to.
Yeah. Outside of that one, I picked the workout guy because after everything was said and done, this is again another moment where she's noticing all the things how he could die, and she starts explaining to him all the things that could kill him in here in the thing. And at the end, it's totally nothing that she thought of, which was kind of cool. I mean, even though some of them did end up being the reason he died, I thought that was actually pretty cool of a thing. And then I guess supposedly from compared to what they were saying was they actually made up that workout machine. That's not even a real workout machine. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a bullshit thing.
Yeah, that one definitely plays on a fear of someone that like goes to the gym a lot because there's many times where you accidentally like either drop the weight on your hand or you stub your foot on one of the weights and stuff, so you know how heavy that shit is. But also watching it, I'm like, I don't think that's I
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
seen that machine.
Well, I mean, what's the you said you were on it one time when we were talking the leg crunching thing where you sit in that little thing in the backwards. I don't know what it's called. When you're doing basically
Oh,
like backward squats.
yes, those
But
are
like I've seen that in a horror movie where they've used that. You know what I mean? So like when you see it, you're like I remember using that one before, and I'm like, going, where's that latch?
so it's the lying leg press where
Yeah.
you see all those videos of guys' legs bending backwards because they lost their legs out. No, thank you. Anyways,
All right. Well, cool. Number 4 movie on the list for the Final Destination. The race car one. Which one was your favorite of the race car one?
I need to clarify. So, is this the last one before the new one that we just got, or is this
Second to last.
okay?
This is number 4 out of the
Hmm.
6 now.
From 2009, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
God, it feels like I feel like I just watched that one because I saw it in
Oh,
theaters.
I know which one this is.
That's
This
the
is
race car one, right?
Yeah, but this one to me has like one of the worst deaths. In my opinion, my friend saw it for the first time the other day and he was like, that's stupid. The gymnastics girl. I can't
Oh,
watch it. I cannot watch that part. Like, no.
The screw or the right? Yeah.
Yeah, because she falls off and all her bones pop out.
no, that's not the race car one. That's the one after that.
I thought that was.
I'm pretty sure that's the race car one.
No, the race car one has all the college friends, and there's like
Well, this one is going to be the 3D one.
yeah, the 3D one is not um
The
the
race car.
one the race car. No, the 3D one is the race car one,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, 3D is the
Yeah.
race car one.
The one after that, Mikey, is the gymnastics one.
Oh, 5.
5.
Okay,
The one with the
well
They
then.
really
bridge.
do kind of blend together, don't
I
they?
told you they blend together. Like I was just so confused watching this yesterday because I'm like, I don't remember this. I thought this was yeah.
Well, the confusing part is that they're not called Final Destination 4 and 5. They're called The Final Destination. I think the fifth one's just Final Destination. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Just keep putting numbers on everybody. Because now
I
I don't know
know.
what I'm looking at.
Well, that's like with the Friday 13th, right? They just keep renaming them. Like, no. Don't do that. Put the number and then the new name. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, so now I have a list of them. So, so the race car tire is notable because I remember reading a book when I was in high school, and it was a girl working at a tire shop, and in the book they talked about like the pressure of the tire and like if it explodes, it can kill you and decapitate you, yada yada yada. So I've always been afraid of tires. So flying tires scare me. Um, let's see.
Yeah, that would be mine for this one was the tire where like because they're outside of the racetrack and the tire flies like all the way over the whole like racetrack building
Yeah.
and like takes her out.
Um, Honestly, I'm looking at the deaths here, and this might be the weakest one in terms of deaths because they all die from like a car accident.
Mm.
Yeah, the race car one, the ending is really cool in the movie theater. Like the whole movie theater
Is
scene
that the
is
one where
really
they're on the
cool.
escalator?
Yeah.
Because I remember being really tense about that, but if I remember correctly, no one actually dies on the escalator.
No, but they don't. All of that is like in his head. He has another premonition, and I think that they think that they're good,
Yeah.
like as usual, and then in the end they all die again. So,
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I like the escalator concept because we haven't explored that yet in a horror movie, and everybody has that fear. So I'm gonna cheat and
yeah,
say that one.
Okay.
I'll
Eh,
just say that one. Yeah, that one. I do like the idea of the guy being pushed through the fence and like all of
oh,
his
the cube thing.
like in
Resident
Resident
Evil.
Evil.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
paging Resident Evil.
I know that's true. And then it's also CGI too and 3D. And so, obviously it's a whole thing. People are pissy about it. So I get it. But I think isn't that one also the one with the kid in the drain? Or no?
Mm. The race car one is the one where the guy, the older man up top, I think. I think he's the one where like the pool gets too full and the guy's downstairs and the thing crashes on them. And then they do like basically a take back to the bus scene from the very first one where the one girlfriend gets hit with the
Yeah.
bus. And
Oh
I
yeah.
think the guy who's walking across the thing at the hospital literally after the other guy just gets killed from there being too much water in that old man's tub and it falls on top of him from the top building or top room. And then this
No, but
one,
which one is the one where the kid is in the pool or the guy's in the pool and
yeah,
he's trying
it's
to get
this
his
one.
coin? It's this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where
okay.
his
Oh,
insides get sucked out of the.
yeah,
The
I kind of
drain.
like that one. Okay, well, let's say that one.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. All right, well, and then we're gonna go with number 5. Now, as everybody knows or doesn't know, little spoiler here. This is the prequel one. Technically the last one, but yet weirdly, I kind of like how they ended up doing that. Where you think about it, like it's supposed to be the last one, but really technically it's a prequel to the whole series in general.
Yeah, they pulled a
Mhm.
Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, prior to number 6, which we won't ruin for anybody. So you never know what goes on there. But at this point in time for the number 5, what was your favorite kill in this one, Mikey?
The gymnastics, or did you say besides the gymnastics?
No.
Yeah,
The gymnastics one.
the gymnastics girl, because it was, yeah, it was a lot.
But it also feels plausible, like more so than anything else, because you could technically trip up and slip off that thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, your bones might not do all that because even my friend was like, "How brittle were her bones?" Jeez. And I was
yeah.
like, I don't know, it's a lot of force whenever you're doing all those flips and stuff, and if you slip and my Olivia is in gymnastics, and every time I go,
Oh.
I'm looking at these little bitches twirling around, and I'm like, make sure there's no nails anywhere, girls. Like, luckily everything has a mat on it, so.
Nice.
Which, by the way, there should have been a mat on it. What happened? Why didn't that girl have a mat? Anyways,
You're like, why that happen?
yeah, let's revisit that.
Well, yeah, she was swinging around in that thing. I don't know. It was like because the girl who got the nail in her foot is not the same girl who was swinging around because I think
Yeah,
it
because she
distracted her.
she bumped or something.
She
She bumped
bumped
the
her.
dust, the hand dust stuff. You chalk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a whole series of events, right? But
Yeah.
it's funny because like I had never seen this one until recently. I just watched all of them and I was watching it. I'm like, I don't think I've ever fucking seen this one. I'm
Yeah.
like, have I never seen this one? Like nothing was coming to mind. And then in the ending, I was like, oh my God, now I know I've never seen this one.
Yeah.
But because it's not that good. I don't think this one like I think it blows its load at the beginning. Like the beginning is amazing, like what they're
Mhm.
able to accomplish with the bridge and everything.
Well,
And
Yeah.
yeah.
the
Oh, go on. Sorry.
no, the gymnastics kill is cool. The girl with the eyeball, that part, I
The
think,
laser.
yeah, that does it for me. And
Yeah.
that's not why I won't get laser eye surgery, but now I'm definitely not doing it ever. So,
Yeah. With number 5, I will say that it's not great. I probably wouldn't have liked it as much if it didn't end the way it ended. Like that's
Mm.
what made it stick out because it's like, oh
Mhm.
shit, this actually took place before. What
No.
Yeah.
about
Oh,
And
sorry.
actually, they used footage. They didn't bring anybody back, obviously, but they did use footage from part one.
yeah,
And then anybody like you see from behind are just other actors wearing the same outfits. But
yeah, I think was it in our chat group that someone sent the side by side of the 2005 version versus the original version side by side? You could see like and
like
Oh,
the
it was great.
differences,
Yeah, there was
yeah.
hardly any differences, but like it was cool to see like oh that's what they were doing. But the only reason why I would want to watch number 5 again is to be like okay, what are they wearing? What does it look like? Is this really early 2000s or 90s? Because,
right.
Well, no, it wasn't. That's the thing too, because I remember at some point they're using. I was watching it. I'm like, why is she on a fucking flip phone? Why are we
well,
on flip phones? And why do their outfits look amiss? There was something very amiss about it. And then I realized,
well,
oh,
that's good
they did that on
that they did
purpose.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, they actually did because I just recently watched it like a couple months ago. They actually did a good job at like setting it back. I mean, if you're not looking for those details, you're not going to notice.
yeah.
But like for someone like me, like, because I have been writing for so many years and I go back and like go back to older things that I've written and I'm like, well, I need to update this because this pink razor no longer exists and nobody's gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. So now we have to put them on iPhones. But yeah, so with that one again, I think that's what makes it so good is the ending and to like bring it back. And I guess what the producer was saying in that video was that initially they were going to do that in part three. And it probably would have worked for part three because everybody was still kind of in the same age range.
Era.
And not that everybody's old because Devon Sawa looks amazing. Ali Larter looks amazing. Kerr Smith, I guess he looks amazing. I don't know. What does he look like now? Let's look. I'm
I'm
sure
gonna
he's
have to stop you
fine.
right there because
Isn't he
Devin
dead though? He's
Sawa,
already dead.
Kerr Smith.
Kerr Smith still looks good. No, I mean he died in the movie. Kerr Smith is 53. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
well, technically all died because every Final Destination movie, if they had survivors in the beginning, starts with a newspaper clipping of the death of the person before. So I think in number 2, there's actually something about Devon Sawa dying. And then in 2, you have Clear, which they did a
Oh my
nod. I don't know
God.
if you caught in the new Final Destination movie. The only Easter egg of the previous ones was they were trying to figure out the hospital name and they're like, what's it called? Like Clear Rivers, Clear Waters, and that was her name.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's
Claire
kind of cool.
Rivers. Well,
Yeah,
I always thought it was Claire my whole life.
it's the
And
dumb
then
Clear.
I'm like, Claire. And I'm like, Claire River. I'm like, why are we not going to address this hippie name they gave their child in the movie, or are we just going to move on with our lives? Like,
But
what
she's
is
alive in two, though, right?
she
Well, she
dies in
dies
two?
into, yeah, she
Right,
gets
right. She
blued
makes
up.
it, she makes it alive close enough to get there, but not really.
Oh
Close enough.
yeah, and I guess her dummy hit the camera, and that was like an
No.
accident. But they were
Oh,
like, "Oh, we're just lucky it hit the camera because it was a great shot."
yeah,
Like when it exploded.
that's funny.
Poor Allie Larder. Anyway,
Oh,
Um, well, that brings us to this new one, right?
yeah, it brings us to the new one. Well, one of us hasn't seen it, but we'll just kind of like hope you guys enjoy it. But I have one more question before we're done with all the other movies. Which movie out of all the Final Destination movies, we won't use the newest one, but I think the newest one technically wins. But which one do you think has the most kills in it and the least kills in it?
I would say the least kills probably the race car one. The most kills. Wait, are we talking about people? Well, we're talking about like main characters, right? Not like the people, all the people in the airplane count,
No, just
right?
everybody, anyone, anybody they killed.
because that's what I'm saying. Because some of them they have so many people at the beginning.
Well,
Because
that's
like
what
the
I'm saying. Well,
bridge.
that's the way they counted on this thing, so that's why I'm kind of using the what they use for their interpretation. But yeah, like as in
Okay,
the people
so
who died within anything, even the beginnings and the ends of stuff. I imagine because
well,
usually they have like a real kill in the beginning and a real kill at the end.
I mean, never mind. Um, I don't think the new one would count because in the new one, and this isn't a spoiler because y'all know the beginning thing doesn't happen. Um,
Right.
so we can cut that one already. But the most deaths, the least amount of deaths, I would say is the race car one. The most amount of deaths, I'm going to say, maybe 5 because if they're including the end escalator scene,
So wait,
or
you're picking number what's
4 for less.
for less? Okay.
5 for most.
5 for most. All right. Aid?
Okay, I would say 5 for most as well because of the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then for least, I would say part two because all of the people that die in the beginning are the same people who die later.
So you're giving least to
Least to part two because
The
the
truck.
car accident. I mean, people still get in an accident. I know with the truck, but it's the three kids in the car died at the
Okay.
beginning for
Perfect.
real, and that was it.
Okay, so let's go from the least. The least kills in any Final Destination movie would be number 2 at
Oh,
27 kills.
that was right.
Whatever.
um, the most kills is oddly enough, I think the new movie might surpass that, but and I'll explain that to you guys after we're off this. But number one is the most kills with 292 kills
Because of the airplane.
because the plane still goes down.
Oh, they're on one of those big international airplanes. When I think of airplanes, I think of like Southwest where there's just like 80 seats.
So yeah, so to go in chronological order from highest to lowest, it's going to be number 1 movie with 292, number 2 movie, number 5, the 5th movie at 94, the 3rd movie would be number 4 movie, 61, the race car movie. Sorry, I know that sounds confusing. Sorry, guys.
Just tell us the beginning so we know.
And then the roller coaster movie number 3 with 29 kills.
Is that number 3?
That would
Third
be
place.
well, yeah. Let me do it one more time, just so like we got the airplane movie, which is going to be 292 of kills. We have the prequel movie, the bridge collapse, 94.
So we were almost right with that one.
Yeah.
If only my ghetto ass knew what a bigger airplane looked like.
The race car movie, which would be the 3rd movie, the 3rd movie on the list, which would be 61, and
Okay.
then the traffic one, which is 27.
Where's the roller coaster?
Of love.
Roller coaster was 29. 29
What
kills.
number is that?
That would be the 3rd.
Third? Okay, it was third. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Did I understand any of that? No.
No,
But
because the roller coaster still flew off the track, though.
Yeah, but it didn't happen, remember? With all the people on it, it didn't
It
have the same
did?
amount. Because
Well, no, some of them got off, but it was just like the airplane. Some of them got off, but the thing still went and killed everybody else.
Yeah, so I mean, but think about how many else people died. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's a lot less people on a roller coaster than there are.
I guess. Because I'm thinking of the Velocicoaster and how many.
Yeah.
Let's look that up.
You know, I when I'm thinking of the roller coaster scene, I keep accidentally thinking of House on Haunted Hill in the beginning
Oh yeah.
when they have the fake roller coaster crash.
Well, that was in Universal Studios in Orlando.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the poor actors on that, they had to do it like I think the producer guy was saying they had to do it like 30 times in one night. And like one of the actors legitimately had a concussion from having their head like bobbled around like the whole night long. And he's like, yeah, he was a real trooper. And I'm like, of course you're gonna say it that way.
That
Like,
doesn't sound safe.
yeah, it's not. Like, some of the other things are like, yeah, we use real like the actors. You know, when we get a chance to use the actors for stunts, we try to make sure we do that. Like, okay.
Well, I do want to say, and this isn't a spoiler, but for fans of Tony Todd, get ready to cry because there was a lot of people crying in this theater. And I'm not going to say anything, but they told him basically, hey, this is your last line. Say what you want to say. Because they knew he was dying. And they address his physical condition in the movie as well, so it's not like they just ignored it and pretend everything's honky-dory. But that was like, I don't know, considering he got snubbed at whatever award show that was, like that was a great little
the Oscars.
send-off.
Yeah, fuck that.
Well, apparently the Oscars left out the entire in memoriam altogether
Oh,
from what I was reading because I thought that they were just he was snubbed, but I guess everybody was pissed off, period, because they didn't do it at all.
Well, I mean,
You
it's
know,
kind
because
of a bummer
Adrian
for
Brody had
people.
to have his moment, talk for fucking 25 minutes about bullshit. Adrian Brody, shut the fuck up, okay? Just because you're hot now doesn't mean you can just say whatever you want.
yeah,
You get him, Aid. Tell him he's hot, but he's an asshole.
I
yeah.
That seems
know.
about right.
Seems about right. I'd probably date him, you know.
Did you guys know that there's actually Final Destination novels?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Are they
There's
are they novelizations of the films or are they just new?
no, they're just standalone novels. There's Final Destination, Dead Reckoning, Destination Zero, End of the Line, Dead Man's Hand, Looks Could Kill, Death of the Senses. And so because I had to look up like a list of people that died in the movies, and there's a novelization section. And looking at some of the ways that these people have died in the books seems
Hmm.
pretty gnarly. There's also comic books.
Well, I'd be interested in
Hmm.
the comics, of course.
Yeah, Final Destination Sacrifice is a comic book. Final
Ooh,
Oh,
Destination
fun.
Spring Break.
Mikey, maybe we should go find those.
Go talk to
Hmm.
Joe.
Yeah,
Wow.
give Joe a call.
Yeah, go talk to your straight counterpart.
Well,
She's
apparently he was
Yeah.
listening to our episode today because he asked me if I was a screamer. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
ew, Joe. That's not
oh.
appropriate.
I was like, God damn it.
It's like, oops, I
Um,
accidentally put an S.
that entire episode, everyone, I would like to apologize for my co-host for being inappropriate,
Which
especially
one?
Mikey with his tapeworm comments.
I'm just saying, in the day and age where straights have culturally appropriated eating ass, you need to be careful and watch out for signs of tapeworms and other pests.
The parasites going on
Yeah,
back there. You gross ass people.
yeah.
Oh my God, I cannot.
Oh my gosh, that's
So
great.
you're welcome.
Uh, our PSA for the day. Anyway,
Hmm.
before we go. So,
Mm.
what the hell is going on with this lawsuit against Dave Franco and Allison Brie? Did you see this?
Oh, they ripped off somebody else's movie. Isn't that what that came down to?
So yeah, Together apparently has been plagiarized from another film, and in fact, the people who did the other movie actually pitched this very story to Alison Brie and Dave Franco, and they turned them down and said they weren't interested. And a couple of years
Ooh,
later, they make this movie. I'm like, you can't come back from that because the other people made the movie.
yeah.
So now I'm interested. I wonder if we should do an episode. If you guys are interested, let us know. If we should do an episode where we compare both films and see what we
Mm.
think.
Oh, another thing too, actually, to go along with your news, poor Kevin Bacon in his new movie with our TV series with Blumhouse. What's it? The Bondsman
Yeah.
Hmm.
just got canceled after their first season. I actually watched it. I don't think either one of you actually got the chance to watch any of it.
I don't listen to your recommendations.
Oh my
It's
God.
on Prime. I'll watch it eventually. I just, we
It,
have to do so much content. It's hard to
yeah,
keep.
it wasn't bad.
But Kevin did give us a heartfelt goodbye about it on his Instagram, everyone, and that's how I found out that they were not renewing it. So he's very upset about it. But when it's on Prime, Prime I feel like has lost its luster, especially now that we have to watch ads.
Lost its
Mm,
lust.
Yeah, to a lot of people who did not like it discussed how a lot of it the gore was CGI, so maybe that might be an issue. Um, but I don't know, I haven't seen it, so I can't make a form an opinion about it. Lance, what do you think?
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, the CGI. I mean, it didn't seem any worse than you've ever seen before on something. I mean, even though it was on TV, and also it kind of seems weird because you figure with like practical effect would be a little bit cheaper than using CGI for a TV series, like kind of stuff. But maybe it's not. Maybe they thought it would be safer. I don't know. Because there's a couple things with guns, so that kind of makes sense.
Well, I think CGI is actually cheaper in a lot of ways, or just I guess easier to get.
It depends who you hire.
Yeah, true.
The
I don't know.
sci-fi guys or the Jurassic Park guys?
Sci-Fi Channel or
What's your budget?
Yeah, yeah. No, it was good. I mean, it's one of those things where you wish it would have at least gotten 3 seasons to see where it could have gone. I mean, I think the idea is great.
Don't
Again,
speak
it
for me.
kind of reminds me of an old TV series called Brimstone. I heard you.
Yes, we've heard about Brimstone before.
Yes, yes, I know. I love some older shows, but that only got 1 season too, and almost the same kind of ideal. I mean, I don't think people give a shit about a guy being saved and he goes out for the devil to go bounty hunt demons. After a while, I'm sure, unless you have some like more like undertone of an adventure, like kind of how like
Isn't that what
Buffy
Constantine
was.
is about?
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's like, well, no, he doesn't go out of his way to get them for the devil. Like he just happens to run into them or gets paid by people to have exorcism kind of things.
Mm.
That's
Work.
more of his thing. He's all about the money, which maybe that should be where it really lies because Constantine's great. But even when they tried to do the live action of Constantine, it only got 1 season. It was like a WB kind of thing, if I'm not recall right or not. I think it was, yeah, but it had 1 season, and I thought that was great. And unfortunately, they didn't do anything. No, the actor did still get to do most of the voice overs for all the animation with the character in it. But yeah.
I
Well,
don't
it's fine.
know. I've never liked Constantine, so there's that.
Ooh.
Oh well, I mean, technically, Keanu Reeves's version of Constantine doesn't look exactly the way he's supposed to look. He's actually blonde haired and British, so there is that factor of. So if you didn't like that version of him, you actually might enjoy the other version of him. It basically is almost like a Billy Idol guy who fights demons.
Wasn't
here.
he gay too? Or bi at least? Yeah,
I think
he's
he's bi.
fucking the shark guy.
Yeah, he's definitely bi.
Yeah, that the animation they did on HBO, he's like with the Shark King. So
He's like, "What's up? How you doing? Species what?"
mm.
Well,
Well, one thing I would like to address real quick because we haven't mentioned it, and I've been tiptoeing around this topic because I know you're just gonna piss me off, is I have one 5-star movie this year, and you bitches shit on that movie every time I talk to you.
oh, I finally did watch it, and I have to say,
I know what you have to say, and you don't have
oh,
to say anything. For
I
once,
couldn't
I'm
even,
silencing women.
yeah,
Like,
I was so like, we'll talk to Dan. He loved it. So there you
See,
go.
women aren't shit. So everyone, we're talking about Death of a Unicorn, and
Yuma
I,
Coin.
yeah, I pulled a lance. I loved it. I was thoroughly entertained. Yeah, the unicorn is CGI because you can't fucking train a horse to do that, Aid. And yeah, Paul Rudd sucked in it. Sorry, he doesn't have to always play people that you like. And oh, BT Dubs, Tia Leone. She was a boss ass bitch in that movie.
Oh, I
Uh,
loved her outfit. She had a great outfit
she
on.
was. I thought it was Linda Cardellini for the longest time, but I was like, no, it's not her.
Oh my
Um,
God.
but it was so good. And then I loved the ending, and it was so gory and violent and the kind of killer unicorn movie that I was hoping for. So, if audience members, if you've seen it and they change colors, that's not really a spoiler, but like it's cool. Wow, Lance.
No, the CGI was, ugh, and ugh.
They also fucked up that female doctor, even though she was like kind of on their side. So,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
know. It was too long too. Like I was like, oh my
no, it wasn't.
God,
No, it
will
wasn't.
this please be over?
It
Like
wasn't.
it just dragged,
She probably didn't finish it.
dragged.
She probably watched 5 minutes,
No,
fell
I did
asleep, and now
watch
she's
it.
just
I was like,
talking out of her cooter.
I'm like,
She's
when will this end? And like normally I no, because I wanted to like it so we could pick on Lance, but at that point,
your story's
well,
fishy, so I know you're talking out your cooter. So, oh,
mm-mm.
Lance, what did you have issues with it for? And why Lance is just over here having the best time of his life. What are
Because
you?
eight's on your shit list, and I was like, I'm just gonna stand over here and watch this fucking fire. um, no, I wanted more. I guess that's what my problem was. I went in there and I really wanted. I just wanted it to be more entertaining than it was. Like, it's such a fun fucking concept. It's a fucking killer unicorn. Like, how do you fuck that up? Like, you didn't have to make any like sense of it at all. Like, I mean,
They didn't fuck it
the
up.
I mean, I think they kind of like
No, they didn't look it up.
They dropped the ball. They dropped the ball where they could have been awesome. I think, unfortunately for what's her name?
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, Jenna Ortega. I think, unfortunately for her, the Wednesday character kind of pops out a little bit in the sense of the
I feel
broody
like,
teenager type deal. And
yeah, that's like all she plays, and I'm just over it.
I think that sucks a little bit. I mean, she still played it decently. I like her. Like, I mean, I really do truly like her as an actress. And Paul Rudd, I don't, almost like they didn't really understand where their characters were. The couple who are rich and the son, they played it perfectly. I thought they were great. The butler guy, I thought he was amazing. He was funny. He's in a lot of really cool stuff. He's in that series Barry, which was great. He was in that. And his storyline, I mean, like some of the stuff he's getting, he's just been lucky in this stuff, and he's like really one of those phenomenal actors. Like, that kind of seems like he'll be a character actor, but he's so good regardless. He's also in the new Superman movie coming out. But like, it just felt like it fell short. The whole plot with getting, you know, the horn thing basically, and how many times the horse was murdered was kind of funny, but like, it just, I don't know, it felt short a little bit. I wanted more from it. That's basically what I'm saying.
But that's what I had the issue with, was that I didn't know what it wanted to be. Is it a comedy? Is it action? Is it horror? Is it supposed to be heartwarming? Like, it's just all over the place, and I just thought it was so convoluted that I couldn't get on board with any of it. So I don't know. Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The small female brain couldn't really comprehend the multitude of levels.
Apparently not.
And Lance would.
I just wanted it to be better. Like, I would love to see what got cut on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, I bet you there was probably better stuff. You know what I mean? I think because it seemed, maybe it was editing. Like, honestly, maybe like it could have been funnier if whoever edited it did it better.
Oh, and the minute get a gall making me watch a movie with the guy from that fucking Warlock movie, and you know how much I hate Warlock.
Okay, first
how
of all,
dare you?
It's the dad. He's the preacher / hunter guy in Warlock.
Oh, I was like, do you want the guy that just died recently? Jeez, Aiden.
No, the other one.
That's fucking funny.
Well, I don't really know too much about Warlock except for the main guy, but okay, well, you know, unfortunately sometimes people just don't understand art, and that's fine, so we can just wrap up the show.
I know. So that's a wrap on this week's episode. If you want to see our faces while we ramble and figure out what Lance's word of the week is, by the way, it's numerical, not chronological, Lance. Check out our video cast over at youtube.com/slasherspodcast. Plus, don't miss our bi-monthly deep dives into all things horror nerdy at the Comic Chop, only on YouTube, a hot collab with Slashers Podcast, and Much Ado About Nerding. Somebody call Joe, because I don't know, we're going to be doing that anytime soon. Join us on Patreon for monthly exclusive reviews, bonus episodes, and some killer new perks. Head over to patreon.com/slasherspod and become part of the band. If you want to rock our Slashers swag, our merch is available on Redbubble. Wear your support loud and proud at slasherspod.redbubble.com, or you can contact one of us if you want the design behind us on the YouTube screen on a t-shirt, and we can go ahead and mail you out a t-shirt. I think they're 15 plus shipping, I want to say. So,
yeah.
Okay. If we're hanging out, sorry guys, we're hanging out on Instagram, SlashersPod, for everything podcast related, and at the Mutant Goons from Beyond for all things weird and wonderful. And if you want to yell at us directly on social media, you can find me at Pathologically ADE. You can find Mikey at Horror and a Half Shell, and you can find Lance at Zombie VS Hate. And if you can't figure out the devil box known as Instagram, then find us on Facebook and come chill in the Mutant Goons from Beyond group for all the chaos. Shout out to our B-Movie TV family, to catch Doug on Friday Night Action and Yahaira on Saturday Night Terrors, only on Roku. Also, we're having a limited edition of Trash Juice out soon, so go ahead and check out Doug's page to find out where that is coming. If you'd like to see all of our, well, minus Lance, smiling faces and that cinematic masterpiece.
Did you see that when the guy posted on my Facebook and was like, were you in Trash Juice? And I was like, kind of.
Mikey messages us and he's like, I'm famous.
I was like, out of everybody in that movie, I'm the one that you reach out to.
Nice.
Oh my God, I could not. So if you guys are interested in seeing our wonderful smiling faces and trash juice, please make sure you go ahead and check that out. A big thanks to our amazing Patreon patrons. I want to give a shout out to Josh Gunn. Dinosaurs will always be awesome. My mom, Lorene, Kevin. Kevin has a very cool Instagram post up right now about him going to the Creep Show beach. So lucky you.
Yes.
I know. We love watching. Vlad Luis, Leslie Thurman, Cam, and our new Patreon member, Jay. If you want to join them, head on over to patreon.com/slasherspod and become part of the horror family. As always, thanks for listening, and remember to stay spooky. Goodbye and good die.
Goodbye. Don't die.
Yeah, die.
Ugh.